Right, just checking it was actually recording. Hopefully you can hear me alright. I've got the fan going. It's actually 27 degrees in here at the minute. It was 28, so we're doing a bit better by a degree. Anyway, just had dinner and a rather nice butter chicken curry actually, if you want to know, if you're interested. I was going to say if you must know, but you know, why not? Hey, we're all friends here. And it's just that I wanted to talk about. I had a message, a polite one, a friendly one, just saying from a trusted friend, a respected trusted friend, saying that they'd watched the video where I had a bit of a. They didn't say go, but I had something to say about TT. And also last night's video, early hours of the morning, where I was doing LMS in here rather than the Great Western, actually was prepared for a running session in here. It's alright when the fan's oscillating, it's fine. But I'm going to turn it off on to make sure you can hear me alright. But so hopefully I don't boil in the bag. I've got drink, so you know we'll be alright. But yes, so basically felt I've been a bit harsh on TT, I suppose, seeing as the reasoning was quite sound in a way that I was ready to go wholeheartedly over to TT. So it's you can't be that upset with it, and also all this stuff about not doing engage because of the Great Western. No. So I'm putting my big boy pants on, and basically admitting that yes, I may have been too harsh. I'm going to own up and say yeah, probably was too harsh. Some things I think do deserve to be said. However, through this we're going to just sort of look. I'm hoping that by some magic I've actually managed to add extra videos within this video, so there might be some clips of engines moving around me. Hopefully there are, and it helps entertain, because these two are going to be static. So previous today I have taken off the BR markings on this Midland Railway 1F and added the LMS livery to it, the LMS markings, because the livery is the same, it's still black, plain black. Same number, 1661, so it's the same engine, just in a previous life, before British Rail, obviously during the Big Four. And I'm very pleased with how that's come out. I've actually spent a whole £2.50 on a photograph of this engine in LMS livery. And the seller assures that they are genuine photographs and not reprints, not scanned for print loads or anything. That is a genuine photo, and that is what I'm going to get. So to be honest, for £2.50 I'm not going to complain if it was a print of a print, but you know, it's nice to have some assurance and actually know I own a photograph, a genuine photograph of this engine. Excuse me. And yes, I'll because that was the second part of my friend's point. I'm not going to mention any names. Even if you contact me offline, off YouTube, I'm not divulging, because it's nice to have friends, some friends again that would put it nicely enough just to say, Sergeant Wilson style, do you think that's wise? And yes, I was probably a bit rash in declaring I was going half-heartedly over to the LMS for this layout, because yeah, it only takes us a couple of clips of Great Western engines, and even they were my own, by the way. So as I did the video, I put it up on YouTube yesterday. Then I basically spoke to Gary. So I've mentioned names when it's not, that sort of person who contacts me, by the way. It's not Greg either, so there we are. I keep you guessing now. Yeah, spoke to them and went to bed because I was absolutely banjaxed after a full day out. So it's today that I have uploaded my pictures to the computer, to Dropbox and onto the computer, downloaded onto the computer, and obviously backed up then onto my NAS drives and everything. But I was just watched a couple of clips again of it, because I try my best occasionally I have, but I try best not to watch my own videos on YouTube, even though they're all there for me, and that's why I say occasionally I have. And it tends to be the ones where I do a video like this in a way, a bit, because these are the ones I need to go back and revisit and learn from, you know. Remember why I made certain decisions. So, let's tackle, because I've got a bit more to say about TT than I have about what's going on here. Basically, yes, it is a Great Western branch line. It is going to be a Great Western branch line. But there will be 2 passenger trains and 1 goods train a day from the LMS. So the Super D that I got yesterday will eventually get the same treatment this has. It's going to be a little bit more work on that one. So I've got to get through whatever varnish they may have used on the weathering, get through that then to the BR emblem and the number, take those off, re-add the ones I want, and then it's going to look very weird for a while, quite a while, until I get it re-weathered and all blended in again. Shouldn't think it'd be too difficult, but I'm not too knowledgeable on how hard it is to weather. In my head it seems alright, but how hard it is to weather locomotives. But if it's all mucked up again, I'll be fine. But yeah, so that's what's going on here. And yes, I was too rash. I need to. That's my lesson here, and what I'm gonna hold up my hand. That's on me. I need to learn not to be quite so rash and going, oh. But what this does allow me to do is, like a safety valve, that lets off the excess pressure in the boiler. You know, you want that pressure, you want that excitement for railways, you want that excitement for your hobby. But the LMS now will be my little safety valve to go, oh, really want a mogul with outside valve kit. No, I've got a Fairburn tank, that would have done, but you know what outside valve kit is basically. You know, if you don't, obviously, again, I've got 2 tank engines here, but you've got the cylinder on the outside, you've got the rod from the cylinder to the wheels, and then the one that connects all the wheels, so connecting rod, and then a coupling rod and connecting rod. Connecting rod goes to the cylinder, coupling rod couples the wheels together. Sure, got that the right way around. It could be the other way around, but anyway, apologies if I've messed that up. I did know it off by heart once. Anyway, then on some engines you might see another rod coming from about midway down towards the centre. Most of the time it's the centre wheel. And that is the valve gear. Sometimes on these it's all hidden inside the engine. And other times you can see it. It's just one extra thing to watch moving. In a model it can be quite satisfying, on the real one it can be quite satisfying. So if I want to know that, I can get an i2MT, I can get a crab, I can get the i4MT. I'm going to allow myself a freebie of a standard 2, which I want to have done as 78019, as it was when it was at Nuneaton. Now I need to try and find a photograph of it at Nuneaton, as I'd love to have it weathered to match the photograph. And I got to cab it yesterday, so you know, that was pretty cool. Yes, so that's basically what's going on with the 00. Now, over to TT. Now, this was interesting because I was thinking about this because I was sort of turning back and forth with my friend thinking, okay, you've got kind of got a point there and the rest of it. And other friends I've spoken to with a bit more knowledge on things have made some very valid points as to why they don't believe TT is a good idea. And obviously, and this has been mentioned on, I've literally just watched this channel, but I'll mention the one I can remember off the top of my head, which is Peachy TT120. He has business with someone in the south at Marwar, to meet a man at Marwar Junction. Max Models, I'm sure it's Max Models, who I watched earlier on. He did a summing up in that video. You know, he's mentioned the same thing. And this other chap, once YouTube was loaded and I can see my history, Let's Make Tracks TT120. My apologies there. I say I've literally just watched your Margate video. And you know, and actually, Let's Make Tracks TT120 has literally just, on this video I watched, has asked this actual question to the chap from Hornby, the one of the EMDs for marketing, I think, or product design. Yeah, the chap he interviews. Sorry, I'll blame the heat. We're at 28 again. I'll blame the heat. But basically, yeah, for me, I need Great Western. I need GWR engines. Now, obviously, two issues, well, 3 issues really, I suppose. Let's go 3 issues. Yep, the 3 issues there are: 1, there aren't any at the minute. So that's a big one. 2, there was a pannier tank announced by another manufacturer. I want to say it's Hellion. Some people might call it Helgen. I believe it should be pronounced Hellion. And obviously there was very aggressive marketing at the time. Well, you know, by Hornby to squash that, put them off, and they didn't follow it up, which has left us at the end of the day with no TT120 pannier, which would have been great to get started with, you know. Anyway, part 3, and this is the one that the other friend, the one with bit more knowledge of it all, said about having all your eggs in the same basket. Now you've got Pico doing some wagons and track and some scenic items, I believe. I think they do some Great Western items actually within that. So perhaps we'll come on to that later. But obviously everything else at the minute is Hornby, and it has to be. Well, let's make this clear. This regards to locomotives and stock from the steam era, because I know Revolution Trains are doing a more modern wagon, and Western Wagon Works do a load of scenic items and that. So I'm now looking at the steam era 3 locomotives and rolling stock. And obviously, those we've got the A4, the A3, A1, and the J50 is on the way. And now the Duchess has joined it. And I was going to get a Duchess, but it's why I had to do the preamble with the LMS and the Great Western thing. Now, that last point, I was like, you know, I've always agreed with it. I've always gone, yeah, absolutely. But I had done videos this week, haven't I? I've done a few, quite a lot actually. If you watched, I got bored of it. Hopefully you're still with me. Oh yes, it's still recording. Good. On an Engage adventure, and now nothing's happening to that. That's still going to happen, but something I've said myself within that Engage adventure applies to this. I feel, since I was thinking about it, you know, in the time between dinner and now, these messages and now, I've thought about it, and I said, stick with Graham Farish, unless you can't absolutely avoid it, then make sure you get them tested. Now, it's part 1 of that. Stick with Graham Farish. That's all your eggs in one basket. Okay, that is purely on the locomotive front. Dapole carriages and wagons tend to be pretty good in Engage, and Pico ones and that. So you've got a bit of a similar situation elsewhere. And the locos, say, if you get a good one, they're good. I don't know what their longevity of lasting is, but they will at least be good for a while. So, yeah. And I thought, well, that's when I have to hold my hand up and say, that makes me a hypocrite. And yeah, so it is hypocritical of me. So, oh well, okay. Also, there's still the big issues elsewhere with the lack of Great Western stock at all. Which is a shame, because the space I have here could get a fantastic Great Western layout in here. It's not to be a terminus like this, but it might be a bit more than a branch terminus, you know. Or leave very small room for scenery, because obviously my frustration in Engage is similar with the lack of engines. Okay, we've got a couple of locos, got the 64XX, and I still intend to do a small layout in a box layout with that to you know, to still got an Engage layout, you know, and that would be exhibitable. I still want this one to become exhibitable. Now remember, what you see here isn't the final layout. The track might well be. It's behaving again. I've got a couple of spots I think the track needs cleaning more than anything. The humidity will not be helping. I've heard this so many times. It shows the humidity really does not help your track. Stay clean, but it will be a Great Western Tourist, but I'll run it the same way, where you have the LMS appear, so it won't be pure Great Western running. So yeah, so that's fun. That's fun. I hope it's fun. I hope it's fun for people to watch as well. But anyway, my only other concern currently with TT, now it depends how much it's actually going to affect me, because it might not affect me at all, is this. This is my NC power cab. This is actually faulty. The middle wheel there is faulty, but these buttons still work, and I've got quite used to pressing the buttons now, but I would like a dial again. That's by the by. Now this controller plugs into a base station, goes to the 2 wires, goes to the track. My locomotives work with chips in them. The thing that I am a little bit confused by, because I know I said something in the other video about I would have done this, I'd have had two engines per region, and tank engine and tender engine or something like that, whatever, and that would have been launched. What I really can't understand why it wasn't there at launch were the 6-pin Bluetooth decoders, or at the very least for the launch of the 08, or the J50 is coming, and those decoders are still not due out to the new year, I believe. I think I saw on the videos earlier I was watching, which is okay. It'd be fine for me. Plug in my power cab. Oh look there, I'm off with a 6-pin decoder in them. It's fine. The only thing that gets me about this is something that makes me a bit concerned, but it doesn't ultimately affect me, I suppose, is, apart from the fact I would have liked to have used their app to control the locos. So it'd be a bit weird. It'd be a phone for one and one of these for the other. I feel for those, where it concerns me is I feel for those basically who jumped in, they've got the app on their phone, they're playing with their trains that way, and they're going to get a loco potentially, or they will potentially already have with the 08, where without following a guide on YouTube to modify it some way, you can't just plug and play a decoder in and off you go with the same app. So that's a bit worrying. It's coming, but yeah. And I appreciate that in the making chips world, they've explained in interviews and that they're behind other people that want chips for their devices that they're making, whether it be mobile phones or whatever. So yeah, totally get that, but maybe hold off on your, I don't know. It's a bit of a, it's a very difficult situation for them. I can understand that, because like you hold off on your 08s and everything until it's all out and ready. But on the same point, it just makes me a little bit nervous. But yeah, because basically it makes me nervous because we could put people off. If it puts people off, oh yeah, I started to get into it, but I got this engine. I spent, I thought I'd treat myself to that as well. It'd be a nice one, go with my other ones. and I can't use it without spending. I mean, I looked at the Gauge Master Prodigy Basic. I think that's about $239 or something like that. So it's a lot of money still on top of for essentially just one engine. So yeah, and obviously if people lose interest, then it's a slippery slope argument here, but it's a possibility. So yeah, so that concerns me. But anyway, I mean, to be honest, I think I want to change from this. I want one with a dial on it you can turn anyway. So I'll be looking at a new controller at some point. This one works for now though, so it's fine. Yeah. So also I need Great Western engines, I need that. So I have today pre-ordered some items for the Great Western Railway in 00. It's Bachmann are bringing out, was it Hinderton Hall? Hinderton Hall, I believe it's a hall basically, and a fruit wagon, which for those who have seen other videos, I've got Yoxall's Bakery here. Fruit's one of the things I want delivered. So got a fruit wagon on order and the hall. I've also ordered one of Rapido's fictitious private owner wagons, but the Charles Collett one, because it's Great Western, so it's fun. Today. So what would happen in my 00 collection? Are you really wanting to model the Great Western in 3 scales, Christopher? Yes. Yes is the answer to that. Now, with TT, what do I do? What do I do? Well, we have an 060 chassis coming. It is my hope that some entrepreneuring individual out there maybe just one of these, a 94XX for that, or does even just the 57XX. The wheel spacing may not be right, you know, but it's an 060 tank engine, and I could get an slightly out of scale one whilst waiting for the proper one to come through. I need to do some fact finding, because I've literally come from, you know, sorted out the dinner things, washed up and everything, literally come straight to this. So do some bit of fact finding. If Pico and that are bringing out, have got, like, I think some Great Western buildings in stock, then maybe I could look towards building a layout ready. So hit the ground running as soon as, I think it's the Castle and the Collett coaches they've got coming out, and as soon as they come out, hit the ground running and go, right, let's get those, let's get them in, let's play with them, let's see how they are. Why did that sound wrong to me? I don't know. Anyway, let's not question it. But yes, will it replace 100? Time will tell. Time will tell. But I don't see it. I don't see it. So the idea is this one becomes an exhibition layout. It won't be as wide as this. It will be sort of bare minimum width, as it were, just because it is 00 in a bedroom size. You know, it's that. It can be done. You can run tender engines, and have a decent play session with it. The Engage one is a branch line again. Yeah, I know. That operates on the one engine steam principle. The pannier there is auto fitted, so an auto coach will be quite useful. It means I can have a slightly different arrangement maybe, so rather than having a run around loop in the station, I can have the run around loop elsewhere, obviously when it brings a goods train in, and then where the platform is straight track, and it just, you know, the coach can sit in there whilst it's not being used, and then it's time for the next passenger service, it collects the coach and passes off. So do a style operation there. Now, and obviously I want to do the engine shed as well at some point. Now for TT120, I'm really not sure where to go. You know, would it be another branch line? All you see at late exhibitions are Great Western branch lines, and they all belong to Christopher now. But yeah, that's the question, is what to do. So if you've got any suggestions, do leave them down, or whether you think that, I don't know, I'm open to hearing it. I don't bother with a board for this just now. I just play trains like this. I put some buildings out, you know, nothing glued down, so it can all be reused. This has just come to my mind now, so follow me here. Once I've got the new space, which is larger, and yes, would suit TT down to the ground really, or Engage as well. So you know, same argument there. But anyway, I can have more space to do 00 and just say, you know, use this to play trains for now, and do what scenery I can. Maybe make some little card-based diorama pieces so it's got scenery around it. So as far as when I'm doing videos for you folks to see, myself to look back on, that there is some scenery there. It's a possibility. But yes, I'm currently thinking, yeah, and then obviously when that moves into the new space, the bigger space, I can do a lot more with the 00 than there, and we bring the amount of branch lines back to 2 rather than 3. Well, portable branch line layouts to 3. So I think I should be able to put a main line in there, but I would like to put the suggestion of a branch on there at the very least. Which probably would become LMS. The branch will become LMS. But yeah. So yeah. So yes. So apologies to anyone who does TT who may have offended. I might attract a few more TT people with the title of the video here. But yes. So drop your thoughts down below. What are your thoughts? I'm open to thoughts here, and I'm asking for them. So you know, do you think TT 120 should be reconsidered by myself or not? I mean, Engage is hardly any better in a minute, apart from the fact there is one engine out there that you can get that's safe to get. Sorry, I forget the Sonic models Prairie, but I can't comment on having not owned one, because you see, the other people own Apple engines and I have no issue at all with them, and they get the good ones, they get lucky with them. So until I've owned one, I can't give my own thoughts on how reliable an engine is. But yeah, so one guaranteed safe one at the minute, whereas obviously in TT there's absolutely nothing. But I sort of want to say, I think that's why I included the whole thing in 00 as well, is partly because I just wanted to do the whole, but if it's, you know, ultimately, for now, 00 is the only thing I'm doing in here. You know I can't fit a TT circuit on here, especially with this new fan, which I really would like to turn back on again, seeing as it's 28 degrees now. But otherwise I'd have the PC on with the City of Truro showing again. But yeah. Basically what I want to say, so yes, apologies to anyone who may have offended who's a TT modeler. Do you think I should reconsider and give it a go still? It's obviously then the question of how long am I going to be waiting for something. So hopefully someone entrepreneuring makes something for the chassis, like the ones you can get to go on the steam outline things, you get to go on the 08 chassis. So if they're willing to do that, I'm sure there must be something for the actual steam chassis. Obviously for myself, that 6-pin issue is not a problem, because I have the power cab here. But ultimately, it's a big toss-up now between TT and Engage as to what's the best space-saving option, isn't it, really? So yeah, let me know your thoughts. Anyway, take care all, stay safe and be well. And I'll see you in another video. I can't say when it will be because I'm back to work tomorrow. Yep, me gallivanting has finished for a good while. And I know tomorrow there's 200 odd computers to load onto the back of a van. These are going to be part exchange for the ones we've already had and put into classrooms. So, yeah, that's a fun one. And it's going to be 30 degrees tomorrow here we're in the village, let alone it's going to be like in the town centre where I work. So yeah, that's going to be fun. And I believe it's a week of late nights bar Wednesday, because obviously that's my Wednesday is my night to talk to Anthony Dodge. That's what I do. So yeah. Hope you all have a good week. So I'll catch you another one. I did consider live streaming, but with the heat, I don't think I'm going to bother. I'm going to turn this light off again and go and hide somewhere cooler to try and keep as cool as possible in here. Right, till then, goodbye. I've got to press all this now just to get the camera right back.